So let's look into the technology to do this, because there is a simple technology that we can apply, first understand and then apply, to attain this freedom from attachments and aversions. And it's nothing complex. In fact, nothing that I'm going to say is not understandable. It's very easy to understand it. It's just that we really need to do it, right? That's the tricky part, that we will come out of this room and that you will do it. So, what is the technology? First, we need to understand what are the fundamental drives of the mind-body organism, yeah, the human mind-body system, right? What are the fundamental drives at the level of the human, at the ego, human ego level? And to see these drives, the best way to do it is to connect them with your chakras. There are 7 chakras, yoga tells us, right? One here, second, another one in the heart, then in the solar plexus, then in the coccyx, sacrum, and then in the coccyx. So you have 7 chakras, right? Each one of these chakras controls certain drives of the mind-body organism, powerful drives, right? And the 3.5 lower chakras, meaning in the coccyx, sacrum, solar plexus, and half of the heart center, control the drives of the human ego, right? And what are these drives? Let's start with the coccyx, right? At the coccyx, the drive, fundamental drive, is for survival, right? And when it comes to survival, we see that it divides basically in 2 main drives. One is to make money, because otherwise you won't survive, not in a world like this. And second, to have good health, to sustain your apparatus, right? Your physical, mental organism. Health and money. These are very powerful drives in the human condition, obviously, right? So these drives, these 2 drives, generate attachments and aversions. What is attachment? The attachment to having money and the aversion to not have it, right? The attachment to having good health and the aversion to do not have good health, or to anything that challenges our health. Then, let's move one step up into the sacrum, the second center of consciousness, or the second chakra. There you have a chakra, an energy center that is controlling your drive for enjoyment, pleasure, adventure, right? When you have the basics of life, you are feeling somewhat safe, then you want to enjoy life. Then you want to enjoy the sensory pleasures of life. And this is a powerful drive in the organism. And it can also lead to strong aversions and strong attachments. Like, for example, when we get hooked into food, which is a great thing, a great pleasure, right? Then we may develop a very strong attachment to certain foods and to eat perhaps more than is necessary. And then we may eventually even develop a food addiction, right? One day you enjoy a glass of wine, you realize that the wine gives you some nice feelings, you begin to drink more wine than is necessary, and the mind-body organism gets addicted to the wine, or alcohol, or cigarettes, or anything, right? So the potentiality in the second chakra to develop strong attachments, strong addictions is there, right? And then we can also develop aversions. I hate lettuce. I hate salads, right? I remember I had that aversion when I was a child, and I paid it with my health. So I had to correct it, right? It was a strong aversion. My father had the same aversion towards vegetables and salads, and at 57 years of age, he developed a colon cancer, which is intimately connected, we know today, according to science, to lack of antioxidants in your body, right? So, which come from greens and vegetables and so on. So we need to address our aversions, and we need to address our attachments at the second level, at the second chakra. Then we go one step up. And what is the drive there? The drive there in the solar plexus center is for personal success, right? For the development of a personality that will be successful in the world. A very powerful drive, especially if you are in your 20s, right? In your 20s, you feel this powerful drive for personal success. And then when you get into your 30s and perhaps you're not making it, then you begin to feel anxious, right? So this desire, personal desire for success, can really be a strong attachment. I want success, I want success. And a strong aversion also towards the opposite, which is failure. And some people are so scared of failure that they will not even take any risk in life. For example, they will never take the risk to do something that will connect them with their true vocation, which has to do with the fifth center, by the way, which is a much higher center, and because they are so afraid of failing. And that's aversion towards failure in the third center. In the fourth center, here in the heart, the fourth center is a tricky one because it has an aspect that is divine and an aspect that is human. The aspect that is divine is when we begin to express unconditional love for everything, right? For everybody, for every animal, for every sentient being. And there is a personal aspect which has to do with our relationships. It has to do also with the romantic experience, our couple relationship, and our relationship with human beings. That is a very strong drive, obviously, and there can be it can become a very strong attachment to be in a relationship, for example, and a very strong aversion to be alone, or a very strong attachment to have harmonious relationships and a very strong aversion to have inharmonious relationships. So that we have zero tolerance for inharmonious relationships, which is obviously a problem because this world is not perfect, so relationships are not perfect either. So you see that these main drives of the human being create the attachments and the aversions.